The presidential election was almost 2 years ago, and Democrats are still trying to figure out what happened. The DNC hired a consultant, actually, to give them some suggestions for next time around. And the consultant's report says that the Democratic Party should look at North Carolina. So think about it, right? Kamala Harris lost here, but Josh Stein won. North Carolina picked one Democrat, but not the other. So what is Stein's secret sauce? Does he hold the key that Democrats could use to unlock some election wins in North Carolina? Or should they consider something else? I spoke with WRAL state government reporter Will Doran. So, Will, let's talk about this report. You read through it. Where does it say Democrats have room to improve?
Well, really across the board, Dan. I mean, and look at Kamala Harris's campaign. She lost every single swing state in 2024. And what it really said is that her campaign was just seen as too far left, kind of for middle America, that she was focused on not the kitchen table issues, especially economically, like inflation, that Donald Trump was, and that it had, hurt Democrats in other races, too, across the country.
And North Carolina has to be kind of an interesting case study for them because North Carolina voted for Trump, a Republican, for president, but Josh Stein, a Democrat, for governor. Two state races where everybody's vote counts, and they went two different directions.
Not just an interesting case study, but really this report suggests Stein's campaign in North Carolina as sort of the model for national Democrats to copy as they move forward, as they try to win back control of Congress, win back control of the White House. It says, hey, look at this guy Stein in North Carolina. He did way better than Kamala Harris, basically any way you slice the numbers, better with men, better with rural voters, better in the suburbs. And this is, someone who we should be looking at as we try to figure out how we as a party, the Democrats, can take their way back in the national stage.
Let's look back there and be fair here. He ran against a historically bad candidate. Mark Robinson was controversy after controversy, shooting himself in the foot all the way to the very end. Is that part of the equation? Because it certainly did weigh into the way Josh Stein won.
Absolutely. The report doesn't ignore those scandals that Mark Robinson faced. And, obviously, Democrats aren't going to get an opponent like Mark Robinson in every single race. But at the same time, Mark Robinson did raise a historical amount of money, record-breaking here in North Carolina for a Republican. He really energized the GOP base. But Stein was still able to make some inroads in historically conservative areas, and the report says it was because he didn't focus on identity politics like some of the national campaigns did. He focused more on issues like the opioid epidemic, issues like affordability, and it said those are the sorts of things that Democrats need to be focused on in the future, not the identity politics.
We talk so much about the changing landscape of North Carolina, and it's interesting to see how that's being perceived nationally when it comes to politics across the country.
Yeah, Dan, growth is not a zero-sum game. And so the way that Congress works, the way the Electoral College works, is that, as North Carolina grows, as states like Texas and Florida grow, those states all get more political power. And the states that are losing people, losing political power, are Democratic strongholds like California, Illinois, New York, Minnesota. Places like that are all expected to lose power after the 2030 census. These southern states, like North Carolina, are going to be gaining power after that census. And so it just adds urgency to this for the Democratic Party to figure out how they can win here and in similar states.
Very interesting. Thank you, Will.
Thanks.
Now, we have covered the 2024 election at length here on WRAL News at 7 o'clock. We've gone in depth talking about how we probably could have predicted the results well before Election Day. You can find those segments on the WRAL YouTube page. Just search 2024 election. What else do you want to know about this story? It's interesting political stuff. Do you have any questions about the 2024 election or moving forward? Maybe you're kind of over the whole thing. I'd understand that too. Email 7 p.m. at WRAL.com. Let us know what you want us to talk about here at 7 o'clock.